those who do not believe that Nigeria will break, for those who do not believe that the Biafran agitation to secede from a contraption, a geographical expression, can be possible. Well, I'll tell you this. The United Nations has completed plans to carve out a new territory from Nigeria and Republic of Cameroon by July 10th. The creation of the new territory to be known as United Nations Organization, UNO State of Cameroon, may see Nigeria losing 24 local councils by way of ceding to the new country. Former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo and President Paul Biya of Cameroon, on the invitation of the then United Nations Secretary General Kofi Annan, had in March 2003 signed documents to cede their disputed territories, northern and southern Cameroons, to the proposed UNO new country in West and Central Africa. According to a report in a national daily, the new state will have a total landmass of 28,214 square kilometers, with an estimated population of 20 million people. This was disclosed in a May 26, 2020 letter on the UNO State of Cameroon by Professor Martins Chai Ate, the United Nations appointed workshops coordinator in Cameroon and Nigeria. According to the report, the report also noted that the recent withdrawal of troops by President Paul Biya from the southern part of the planned UNO State of Cameroon, which was said to have been formally demanded by the former President of the United Nations General Assembly, Ali Treki, on May 20, sets the stage for the creation of the new state being spearheaded by the United Nations. Quoting the letter, the report said, Ate wrote, "Greetings and thank you very much for the attached list of those who were detained in the Nkambe prison of Cameroon in August 2008. It is only now that the soldiers of La République du Cameroun are being withdrawn from the southern part of UNO State of Cameroon." On United Nations creation of a new country in Africa, Ate wrote, "I should be getting back to you once the United Nations finishes with an official announcement on the existence of UNO State of Cameroon to the international community." Nigeria, particularly in the northeast region, with a decade-long Boko Haram insurgency, is sandwiched between its territory and that of Cameroon, with Bakassi Peninsula, if you could remember Bakassi Peninsula, that Obasanjo ceded to Cameroon after much talk. Some people even said sold it to them. And Lake Chad, located south and northeast of the UNO State of Cameroon. The creation of the new country will see Nigeria, like I said initially, losing 24 local government in the northeast alone, comprising 24 local government areas in Borno, 5, Adamawa, 12, and Taraba, 7. All of the states are going to lose all of this in total of 24. According to the report, the UN Workshop Coordinator and Chairman Steering Committee Ate revealed that the councils to be ceded to the UNO State of Cameroon include Bama, Goza, Ngala, Kala Balgi, Dikwa, Madagali, Michika, Mubi North, Mubi South, Mayo, Belwa, Tuhungo, Ganye, Seti, Hong, Jada, Mahia, and Jada councils. Now, if you could recall, there was a certain time during the elections, past election, where some people claimed that Atiku Abubakar is not a Nigerian. These are what brought about all of this. This is just what brought about all of this, as Atiku comes from, I think Atiku Abubakar comes from Atiku Abubakar, yes, I think he is from that particular area is from Adamawa State. That's where I think Atiku Abubakar is from. That's I think is Jada, Nigeria. That's where he's from. And with all of this, I don't know what will become of certain people that should be in Nigeria or should be called Nigeria. Then the United Nations had kept northern and southern Cameroons under watch since Obasanjo and Biya signed the documents under the United Nations Treaty before the announcement of the new state. The United Nations, according to recent reports, pledged to actualize a new state of Cameroon on July 10, 2020. Meanwhile, the Secretary General of United Nations, Antonio Guterres, has commenced the process of sensitization towards the July 10th date of creating a new state for the Anglophone separatists in Cameroon. It's a good news, as it's a terrible thing in Cameroon. You need to see a lot of them being killed by the Francophone. The Francophone are kind of on the Anglophone, meaning the French speakers over the minority English speakers. These are people that are supposed to be people of the same, people of the same, at least people of the same stock, people of the same ancestry, but unfortunately, they've allowed colonial languages and a lot of other issues to differentiate and separate them. As you all know that Nigeria back in those days, before it became the Nigeria that you know, had Cameroon as part of Nigeria. Nigeria, as we know today, the regions and those parts were governed by what we might say Nigeria. And this is what I brought about what I said initially about Atiku born in Jada, northern region. And we could call that British Nigeria as far back as those days. And this is the division. This is what they are kind of breaking apart now. Now, let us look at reactions to this. People said, those who are saying that a new independent nation can only come through warfare. Where is the war here? Of course, a lot of freedom fighters, a lot of Amazonians down in Cameroon have fought. People have bled, but look at how it has come to them. So for you that think that Nigeria cannot break, for you that think that people will not go back to how things are done, retain or go back to their indigenous name, this is an answer to you. You might think what some freedom fighters and some revolutionaries are doing right now, even in Nnamdi, you might think it's a joke. Watch and see. A lot of people are sleeping and waking up while some people are working and acting and reflecting, but you think they are not doing anything. One day you'll be surprised at what length and the distance that they have covered. You'll be surprised. Now, some people said that why is it that the United Nations have overlooked Biafran agitation that was on there before the Ambazonia let them be equal in their dealings? A lot of Ambazonians have died in this struggle. Ambazonians, they have died in the struggle. Biafran since 1965, even before the case of Southern Cameroon and the South Sudan, which the United Nations have helped to have their own state. What about Biafra? Biafra will definitely come. All that needs to be done. You see, Nigeria as a country is a country that has a lot of people that have corrupted the system. They've gone down to United Nations, they've offered some other things, and Nigeria is a strategic position, a location where many of these top companies that are interested, countries that are interested in oil, they come in, drill oil for free and do the business. That's why these things are not happening, but things will change. Things have changed. Well, someone said, whenever I heard that some parts of Nigeria will be ceded to Cameroon, I usually remember late General Sani Abacha of the blessed memory, who challenged the government of Britain some years back by telling them that no inch of Nigeria will be ceded to another country. He went on and told them that Nigeria army is ready to fight, even till death. But when Obasanjo came in, he ceded that to them so as to have, this kind of relationship with them in a way. Boko Haram and herdsmen terrorist states, please, we dash you if you want. We do not need any of this, someone said. Someone said United Nations should create the Republic of Middle Belt, Republic of Biafra, Republic of Oduduwa or Yoruba, and the Republic of Niger Delta to stop corruption, religious killing, and tribalism. What is your own opinion as regards this? What's your take? Do you have faith now about that Nigeria can be divided? Or do you think, do you also believe in the indivisibility of Nigeria? Nigeria is a geographical expression that can be divided. But whenever we talk about division, there is something that's very important that I always want to leave at the end of everything that I say. Let us be revolutionary that reflects. Let us deal inwards with ourselves. Let us look at the issue that we have in Nigeria at the moment. What is the part that you have also dropped on the table? Part of you that you have dropped on the table. What about that drop of you that has made the country remain the way it is? These are the things we need to look into. And what is this? Corruption. Things that have become norms. We need to deal with ourselves from inside. Things that have become normal to us. Things that have become culturally acceptable that will not make the new nation work. These are the things we need to deal with. So that's it. United Nations have stepped into this. That's a whole lot of hope for the break of Nigeria. What's your opinion? Do you have faith in this? Do you believe? Drop it in the comment section below.